big news. Montrezl Harrell signing with the Los Angeles Lakers. He posted on Instagram originally in LAX. Everyone thought he was just going back to the Clippers. Slowly starts coming out. Might go Lakers. I tell you, seems super surprised. Look it up. Sure enough, it's actually a deal now. What do you think?
2 years, 19 million. Player option. Obviously, he's opting out after one. He's betting on himself. I think it's great for the Lakers. It's a slap in the face for the Clippers.
Oh, 100%. Like I was saying to you, I mean, clearly he must have just not liked the culture there. Not blaming Steve Ballmer. I mean, I think it's pretty consensus that he's actually a very good CEO. Doc obviously left, so bringing in a new coach, whether he was close with him or not. But I mean, I think it's just whatever they had going on there, he just wasn't a fan of, like you said, and it's really a slap in the face to him. And he's just same stadium and everything.
Hey, it's a different logo on the court.
Yeah,
but he gets to play with LeBron. That's a big thing. You can't forget that. Anthony Davis is great, and him, Anthony Davis, and LeBron are just going to be menacing.
Oh yeah.
But a little side note: Harrell is actually part of Clutch Sports with Rich Paul, the same as LeBron. They've probably known each other for a while. They probably practiced together. It's another example of LeBron getting his guy for no money. I don't really know anything else to say than that. Harrell's gone to a team. He's probably going to win a championship again next year.
Yeah.
The Lakers are solid. They have a way better chance than the Clippers at this point.
No, and when I saw it, I thought it was almost a joke. It's like at this point, it's like you might as well just call the season. If all those guys are healthy, you run that back. And they're not even done filling out their team. There's rumors they're going to get Montrezl. We were talking about it earlier that it's a great option for him to go there if he actually does at minimum. I mean, they get another point guard to replace Rondo. Kuzma hopefully actually develops a bit more after whatever.
Who knows? Maybe Rondo comes back. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Klay Thompson injured, obviously number one, probably was there to be the threat. They're gone already.
First Golden State.
So now it's Denver again, the biggest threat, and who knows how that team will end up looking going into the year. They'll still worry Jokic, obviously, but to round it out, who knows? I mean, I just don't know who competes with them now. Like you said, it's
Houston was proven last year they can't compete with the Lakers already. You add another big guy to that mix. I can't see how Houston competes either.
Houston almost needed Harrell to even compete, and it's clearly not happening.
Yeah, Milwaukee's gonna have a good year, but again, it's gonna be hard to control everyone. Who do you put on LeBron whenever you got Harrell and Davis out there? Just being that Harrell's probably gonna come off the bench, to be honest, and he's probably gonna be that super six man that LeBron always has on his great teams. I can still see them picking up a center because Davis doesn't like playing very many minutes at center, but Harrell pretty much get every minute of backup power forward and backup center.
Oh, for sure.
He'll play alongside Davis probably in every closing minute.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, unless one of them is literally completely just out for the year, I mean, whoever does play them from the Eastern Finals, I don't think it's going to go much better than the Miami series at this point. I just, like you said, completely shocked. I thought it was a joke when I saw it. I didn't think it could. I just didn't understand how it happened. When I saw it, I was like, does this mean AD is moving? And then I saw the deal itself. I was like,
no.
I was like, apparently not, because he signed for absolutely nothing with them.
He signed for $9 million, and that's it.
We were talking earlier that he'd get overpaid, and he easily could have. He probably could have got $14 million more times 2 or 3. So
I thought he was going to get 20, 25, to be honest.
That's what I mean. He could have gotten 14 mil more than that times multiple years. So.
But I guess he's betting on himself, though. He's going to look at it again next year and hopefully keep going on the stats he's put up. And if he puts up another year like this year, he's going to prove himself on another quality team, and he'll probably get that big contract. Or Rich Paul is somehow playing the numbers system and knows when to get this guy that max contract that's going to maximize his revenue for his career.
Right. I mean, it's definitely possible. Knows when it's going to happen. That's why the 1 and 1 and 2, they're waiting to see what happens there. Is it a player option or team option? The 1 and 1?
Player option.
Player, yeah. So I mean, exactly. It's very much on Rich Paul at that point too, I assume. So.
Yeah, it's Harrell's. It might maybe team friendly by the fact that it's a low salary, but it's player friendly with the fact that it's the 1+1.
And I mean, I guess another huge aspect of that too that's almost undervalued is just how tough Arrow is too, how much that takes out of LeBron and AD throughout the whole year, where they have to do that much less bruising and grinding on the inside because they have a guy like that now who's actually not okay. Well, this guy's decent. We brought him on the team. He could hold. This is actually a legitimate player that they got that.
It's not like McGee or even Howard for that matter. The fact that Howard's a little more age at this point. This guy's in his prime. He's 26, 27 years old.
Yeah.
It's a big hit to the Clippers because before George and Kawhi went there, it was because of players like him that brought that culture.
Yep.
And he did cause a bit of drama in the playoffs, yes, but definitely a good pickup.
Absolutely. I mean, could be the pickup of the offseason when it's all said and done. Who knows?
Nope, nobody causes drama on a LeBron team, anyways. So I'm really not worried about that.
No, definitely not. And if he does, it will be very short-lived. So I mean, they'll be fine.
This is not to the extent of signing with the Warriors a couple of years ago. He's not to Cousins level, but he's a great player.
Yeah, and that's exactly. He's a great player. Very just shocked that they got him, but we'll see how this turns out. It doesn't seem like it's going to be entertaining in that since two people were already, I guess, not necessarily looking forward to the NBA season as much as they normally would be, and I don't think this signing exactly helps that.
Well, you never know. If you get an injury on LeBron or Anthony Davis, the whole league opens up. That team can't be held up by one of them, and actually needs all their stars to be the top team.
Definitely.
Take out one of those two, and it's a different ball game. You look at Klay Thompson, anything can happen.
Exactly. I mean, they missed the playoffs the year they only had LeBron, so
that's just it. And they're gonna sacrifice depth eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
these three guys.
I'm sure LeBron and Harrell still make the playoffs at least, but yeah.
Yeah, no, they only missed that year because LeBron got hurt.
Yeah,